There have been reports, images and videos on various social media platforms depicting disturbing scenes of the devastation caused by the rains. Public infrastructure, businesses, private homes and properties, etc. Have been damaged. The nature of the extent of this destruction necessitates a discussion around insurance-related legalities. And for more on that, we're now joined via Zoom by Senior Associate at Adams & Adams Insurance Department, Mtho Maphumulo. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us here on SABC News.
Thank you to you, Flo, and thank you to your viewers.
You're most welcome. Now, with the recent heavy rains and floods, what type of insurance policies are likely to be activated? I'm sure you're inundated at this time with those cases where there is insurance cover in place.
Yes, yeah. Seeing that the rains and the floods have caused so much devastation, we can expect most claims, or rather insurance policies such as your business interruption claims. To a certain extent, we may also see homeowners and the house contents policies being triggered. Further to that, policies such as your cargo marine, your business-related policies are very much likely to be triggered. But most importantly, it's going to be your rain and hail and also your flood-related policies.
Obviously, when someone makes a claim, there are stringent measures that are put in place to assess the damage and all of that. And I wonder if, insurance companies will be kind of relaxing it in some instances, considering that you've really seen the devastation and what's happened, as you say, in KZN. Let's talk about the processes of these claims, and obviously people not really wanting to deal with insurance companies, but having to. And I wonder if, things could be made a little bit easier for those people.
In practice, really, and because these are, in most instances, or rather in all instances, basically, the insurers are running businesses. So the element of sympathy, as much as it is something that one would generally expect, we have to see that kind of, sympathy when dealing with such things. So in terms of the process, we can then expect that there is going to be obviously some assessments to be done by the insurers. I must say, what is important for the insured businesses and the insured individuals, they need to urgently or immediately proceed with the submissions of their claims, because most of these policies have got what you refer to as time-barring clauses. So if you do miss the number of days that are stipulated in terms of your policy, and you only report or submit your claim after the deadline, then you are really going to have issues, because the insurer is going to argue that you've missed the deadline for the submission of your claim. Then you have submitted your claim, you are going to then have to go through, the insurer is going to assess the nature and the extent of the damage, and then they will get the assessor's report, which is going to be scrutinized, or rather perused by the insurers. The insurers from there can then decide if they are going to be paying at all, or they are going to be paying in full, and if they do, or if they view, or rather take the view that your claim falls outside, within the exceptions as per the policy, and in some instances they may even ask you to say that your claim, or rather your claim did not go in accordance with the conditions as per the policy, and on those grounds also they may repudiate the claim. But that is really where more or less the processes that are going to be taking place.
Okay, and then I'm sure you can tell us as well, even though you're on the other side of it, but if a claim is rejected by the insurer, what legal options are then available?
Okay, so from there, what you can do as an individual or as a business, given the nature of the insurance policies, these policies are ordinarily complex, and the way they are worded, you do need an assistance. So in most instances where there is a broker involved, you obviously need to make use of your broker. Then it's either yourself or your broker can refer the matter to the attorneys who are going to go through rejection and the reasons provided, and they can then compare those to the policy, and also making use of the legal principles that guide the insurance and the insurance laws. Then, depending on that comparison and the assessment, the evaluation of those, they can then advise as to the validity and the reasonableness or lack thereof of that particular rejection, and therefore say they are of the view that your claim was repudiated on unlawful grounds. Then they give you the options to say you as a policyholder, you can go yourself and submit your appeal. We can refer to as an appeal, where you take your grievance to the Ombudsman's office. You do not have to pay but also given that these submissions are of legal nature, most people and most businesses, they usually let their lawyers to submit these submissions to the Ombudsman's office, or depending also on the forums provided in terms of the policy, they may refer these to the arbitration. In some instances, there may be mediators, or straight to court, where you can then get a judgment that is going to be binding on all parties, and therefore kind of bring the matter to finality.
All right. Mtho, many thanks to you. Thanks very much for that. Mtho Maphumulo, he's a Senior Associate at Adams Insurance Department.